Okay, hi, I'm Catherine Ingracia. I'm chair of the English department. Thanks for coming. I wanted to give you came because you have interest in our 4+1 program, right? So I just have a really quick PowerPoint. I'll just share a couple of slides, lay out the program for you. It's an opportunity to earn a BA in English and a master's degree in English in just 5 years. So it's a really good opportunity if you're thinking about getting a graduate degree, specifically a master's degree, to not just accelerate that process. The way it works is that you're able in your senior year to count 12 credits, both toward the bachelor's degree and the MA degree. So you'll take 12 credits, students in this program will take 12 credits of graduate coursework as seniors that will count toward both degrees. If any of you ever did, for example, dual enrollment courses in high school, or if you earned an associate's degree while you were in high school, it's kind of the same model where there's a window of time in which you're taking courses that count both for the master's degree and for the bachelor's degree. What that means for you is that you earn 2 degrees simultaneously, and you essentially shave 12 hours off the degree program. So instead of taking 150 hours to earn the 2 degrees, you're able to earn both degrees in 138 hours, okay? So who can apply for this program? We look for students who have completed at least 60 credit hours, which usually, if you're sort of on track at roughly 15 credit hours per semester, which would be the second semester of your sophomore year. Students can, or if you're planning on completing that, so you can actually apply in second semester of your sophomore year, or before you have completed 75 credits. So somewhere in your junior year, at the end of the second semester of your junior year. You need to have taken English 301, which is the introduction to the major, and you need to have taken at least 3 upper division courses. And by that, I mean at the 300 or 400 level. While it's great that if you have taken a 400 level course, it's not a prerequisite for that. We also like to see a 3.0 GPA overall and a 3.5 in the major. So this is kind of ballparking what the sequence of courses would look like for you. And there's some things are going to be specifically required, but there's also a lot of variance in terms of what it is that your course would look like. So ideally in fall of your junior year, you would take 4 upper division courses, and it would be among those. It would be a linguistics, writing, or criticism course, a literature of diversity course, a literature prior to 1700 course, and an elective with an ENGL prefix. In spring of your junior year, you do this basically the same thing. Again, a lit prior to 1700, a lit between 1700 and 1945, and 2 electives. And as you know, if you're an English major, we have a lot of elective opportunities. So you can really, you're not tied into specific courses aside from those 3, distribution requirements. So your junior year, you're still just taking upper division in courses in the English department as undergraduate courses. In your senior year, however, you're going to transition to add in those graduate courses. So in your senior year, you're going to take your senior seminar, and then you're going to take at least 2 graduate literature courses, 1 in topics in American Lit and 1 topics in British Lit. Now, sometimes we have upper division 400 level English courses that are cross-listed with our 560. So you may or may not be in a class just only with other graduate students, right? It's sometimes a healthy mix. We do that quite often, as you probably have seen if you look at the semester's course schedule of courses. And then the other course that you would definitely take in fall of your senior year is English 605, which is an introduction to scholarship course. So it's going to teach you research methods. It's going to teach you how to use electronic resources. We consider that sort of a foundational course in the graduate program. Spring of your senior year, same thing. You're going to take a couple of graduate courses, which may or may not be cross-listed with upper division English courses. And then you're going to take a course in literary criticism, 606. Those are the only 2 required graduate courses, 605, Intro to Scholarship, and 606, Intro to Literary Criticism. You can also take another 400 level elective in your senior year. in your 5th and final year, you would officially be a graduate student. You would have completed the bachelor's degree and now be taking only graduate courses. And you would have the opportunity to actually pursue a research project, an independent study that you would do, or any kind of independent study. You would do 2 things. In the fall, you would take an independent study, which could be an extension of an undergraduate course that you took, an extension of a graduate course you took, or something completely new in an area that you're of literature that you're interested in thinking about. You also then would take another regular literature course. So you'd be taking an independent study and a lit course. In the spring, you take another independent study and then do what we call a directed study, which is where you really dig deep into something and you do a presentation at the end of the semester, a 20-minute presentation to kind of demonstrate your interest and your mastery in a particular topic. And that is the program. So in 5 years, you leave with your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, and hopefully a really great experience. So I've given you really broad strokes of what this program looks like, but I would love to answer any specific questions that you have about how it could either work for you in your specific situation, what you might want to do now to prepare to think about applying for the program, or what the benefits of applying for a program and participating in a program like this might be.